Greetings, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Conquering Chrono. It's Jimmy here, along with Levi.
What's up?
We're back to talk about where we've gotten in Chrono. So, last time, Levi, we left off. Now we're like time traveling crazy, like warriors now, basically.
Yep.
And we've been. It's kind of hard to keep it straight, to be honest with you, because you can hop through time a lot now, kind of willy nilly when you want to. But the thing I want to kind of talk about today, the biggest thing I think for us, is the addition of our newest party member. So right now we have Chrono, Luca, who I renamed Lily, Marley, something,
Marley and me.
Marley and me, and now we had Frog for a bit, like a little minute there. We had Frog, and now we've got Robo or Robbo, but I'm pretty sure it's Robo. Dude, so Blitzcrank,
Blitzcrank, not Blitzcrank.
yeah, Blitzcrank from League of Legends.
Yeah.
When he did the Rocket Punch,
Yes.
I thought, I was like, oh my god, League of Legends was just like, yep,
Yeah.
there it goes. I was like, oh man, but yeah, what do you think of him?
I think he's a really different kind of addition to the team.
Yeah.
I think he's really cool. I like his moveset.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
He's got a personality for a robot, which is fun.
Yeah, he does like the kind of like stereotypical robot, like I'm
Yeah.
assessing a thing, but he doesn't talk that way all the time.
Yeah.
Which is good. Do you have a favorite move that he does?
I like they all have like this heal move that like can go out in a big wave.
Yep.
That's pretty cool. I like it was like Psy heal or something, or
His like, do you mean like his combo with Marl, where it's
Yeah.
like what is it?
What's
It's like,
with Chrono? Like he does like a wave.
oh, the Hypno
and then,
Wave?
like, yeah, the Hypno Wave.
Is that what it is? It might be that, or that's his like laser beam one.
I know like Chrono can do like that sword spin,
Yeah.
and then that like ricochets everything. So.
I love the combos. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think my
I
favorite
think that's some other moves.
my favorite move that he has is it's called the Robo Tackle.
Okay.
Have you done that one?
I don't think so.
Basically, he just like charges somebody, does like really high damage. It's really good for bosses.
Okay.
It does like 300 damage plus. It's,
I
like,
think he
really
has a
good.
combo too with somebody else where he uses a lot of elements.
Does he? Maybe.
With Luca.
Oh, does
And
he?
Yeah, when they do like that move that it's like, oh, it's like a laser.
Oh,
It's
okay.
like a laser show kind of thing.
Oh, whoa, that's
yeah.
sweet.
Yeah.
I just brought her back into the team because I just got her magic.
Okay.
Because I hadn't had that before, which was now it's fire,
Mm-hmm.
which makes sense because she had like a flamethrower before. But I think my favorite move in the game right now is I think it's called Fire Sword.
Yep.
I have it written down. I love it. It's like
Is that the Fire Cyclone?
No, that's that other one. That's the one they
Okay.
have. That's like Fire Spin or something like that. But this is one where Chrono jumps in the air. She like breathes fire onto his sword, and he jumps and he like slams down with it like Link
There's
style.
so many moves in this game.
Yeah, there's so many moves.
Ridiculous,
It's like that seems so revolutionary, and I don't know why other games didn't do this. The only other game I could think of offhand is like FF9, who did that, like Steiner and Vivi would be like, I'm gonna light my sword up on fire, and you do that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and
Well,
I love it.
Do you feel like it's a little weird that all the spells were available at first? Like, and you don't have to like spend hours grinding for these spells.
Sure.
Like they're just all available.
Well, the thing is, they're not all available.
Oh.
So what you have to do is you get some of those, and then you have to go beat that dude at the end of time. It's like Seppico or whatever. If you beat him, he'll give you some more moves.
That could, yeah, dude, yeah.
Because I got like a fire punch,
and he
with
shows
them.
up like as a different animal depending on
Whatever
how
that little guy, that little
Mm-hmm.
kind of flurry, fluffy guy. But yeah, I got Fire Punch, which I didn't have before, which is a sick move between Luca and I want to call him Blitzcrank now, Robo. And it's basically like a huge explosion.
Okay.
And oh man, it's really good. It's like wiping
I had
cloud.
to like look up a guide because I was stuck in like this room where I couldn't find the exit. And they said like depending on how you did, like how many enemies you beat, this god will show up, like either like a frog or like some kind of different kind of animal.
Weird.
For me, he showed up like a monkey.
Oh, weird. Okay.
What did he show up for you?
It was like the little white. He like the little white kind of like fluffy like duck rabbit.
Yeah, it's
thing.
different depending on like how you did. In the
weird.
game. It's weird.
Dang.
Very revolutionary for a game like
that.
that.
And apparently there's a ton of different endings depending on what you do
Yeah.
that I found, because I was looking at a guide as well, because I usually don't. But this game,
you get lost.
It's got the old school like makes almost no sense, like Link putting a bomb on a wall, like a random wall to find it, because like this will be like you gotta get this thing and bring it to this person.
Yep.
And you have no idea like where that is, and then also where in time. It'll be like, well, you should be paying attention, but there's like, it's so hard. And some of the maps, because they're they're built with that 2D, there'll be a hallway that looks like it's just a wall. So you have to look at your actual map versus the screen to see that you can go through somewhere. Because I got stuck where I'm like, where in the sewers? I'm like, where do I
looked up a
go?
YouTube video and I was like, oh, that's the door. Like it looks like just part of the map.
Yeah, that's the thing too, because like that and the stairs and everything actually look like they are just like the environment, which I'm not used to in those old games. I'm used to being like, oh, that's clearly a door I can go through.
Yeah.
I wonder if anyone playing Pokemon today, like Blue, would have that problem.
I don't know if Pokemon ever had that, but I remember having that problem with Golden Sun.
Because a lot of hard.
You can walk behind a lot of.
Yeah.
Like, in a game where you can walk behind something, that's where things get dangerous.
Yep.
Like if it's overlapping your character and there's like a door there, yeah.
And trying to like use the psi energy to like do things on a 2-dimensional screen. Which, by the way, I just beat. I think it was Isaac and kind of their version of them in Super Smash Brothers. Such a tough fight in the World of Light mode, where it's just like he's constantly using hands to push you off the screen. I'm like, oh god, Isaac, I'm kind of glad you're not in the game now. Anyway, Chrono though. So let's talk about the bosses a little bit here.
Why isn't he a Smash character? I'm just thinking about.
I know we talked about this.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I think it was just one of those things he didn't have enough love.
Yeah.
Maybe one day. I know he's an assist trophy. We talked about this. I would love him to be in the game. So a few bosses that kind of stuck out to me. First off, I had to look him up, but his name is Zombor. He's on that bridge that starts with a Z, the one that's all like, all like you have to give them jerky. Another weird thing, you have to go back to the castle, get jerky, and then bring it back and whatever.
Get it from the chef and go bring it to the army.
Exactly. But then fighting him was interesting because it was like multi-tiered in so far as like you had to attack his top or versus his bottom, and some of his like parts would be immune to certain magic.
Yep.
Did you have a hard time with that fight at all?
Not that one. I had more hard time with the Guardian.
Oh, like
that
the robot
really
guardian.
Messed me up. Yeah, I couldn't figure out what I was doing wrong.
Because it summons in like the drone things. Yeah, usually in boss fights you have to whittle down the ads.
And
like,
as soon as I figured that out, I was like, oh, this is classic, like dumb thing I should have thought of. Like, how did I not think of this?
Yeah, because if you don't kill them, do they do like a super move together?
Super move, and it's like a counter on your whole team.
Okay. Yep. Yeah, Zombor, I thought he was cool looking, but it's the one that you were just about to get to, I think, Masamune.
Yep.
Which I found out something and I felt really good about it. So I was fighting this boss, it's 2 stages. You fight these 2 guys, Masamune alone, they come together. And he's pretty tough, he's got really high health, pretty high damage, and he can do a lot of damage to you. But when he's attacking, he like charges up, he does like a solar beam. But instead he's like gathering wind energy, and then when he does like releases a whirlwind, it does like 150 damage to everybody in an area.
Great.
But the way to avoid that is I was kind of like looking through my moves. I'm like, I'm going to use Wind Slash. Apparently, if you use like any slash move or something like that with Chrono, it stops him. So you throw that and it's like, oh, his wind energy dissipated or whatever. And I saw that pop up and I was like, yes! Because I was like, oh, this is so tough for me. And that's when I started using the Robo Tackle.
And having to keep going back.
Wiped once. I was actually filming down here and I was like playing with the camera on it. So I was like, this is very difficult. So the second time I was like, I'm just going to focus in, and I just crushed it. Because I was burning through all my items. I was like trying to revive Chrono. I'm like,
sometimes if you wipe in that game too, you got a long haul back to where you need to go.
Yeah, well, also like because of the like Final Fantasy VII style system where like it's like bing, you're ready to go, but the enemies don't stop.
Yep.
That is hard because you have to be like, you got to get going because they will rip you apart. And you're like, oh my god, they just attacked me like a lot in a row here, and I didn't do anything. Yeah, but that fight, look forward to that, man. Super fun. Yeah, but I did it. It wasn't that bad once I figured it out. And like I said, I was running Marl, Robo, and Chrono. And now I'm running Chrono, Robo, and Luca, or Lily.
I'm not a big fan of Marl.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan either.
I like Luca because she's more of like she's like an Edgar, and I like that about her. From Final Fantasy, with like the chainsaw dude. He's got all the tools.
Okay.
Final Fantasy. You don't know?
I'm sorry, I don't know. Is that like 6 or something? Is it a long time ago?
Oh, I'm trying to think.
Is that older?
And yeah, he's got the chainsaw, and then
I would think I would know the chainsaw Final Fantasy character.
Mm-hmm.
Marcus Phoenix. Something.
He's got a bunch of tools that he uses.
That sounds really cool, though.
Yeah.
Was it in like an old 2D one?
I bet I can tell you right now.
Okay.
But
he's gonna look it up. Fact check.
Yeah,
fact check.
Little fact check. But yeah, she just reminds me of Head because of the all the tools that she can use too.
I like that, and I gave her the sight scope, which I wasn't using before, which basically is like scan. It shows how much health an enemy has or not.
Gotcha.
Which I really like.
Yeah, Edgar. He's from FF.
I like this. He's a king.
Final Fantasy. I don't know.
Oh, that is 6. Yeah, it's 6. Yep. See, you're welcome. You're welcome, Final Fantasy 6 people. I knew it. I figured it out eventually.
Yeah.
The first one, the last one they did that was 2D.
Yep.
Before the big one. Yeah. So I like that too. I like that she has a flamethrower, but I like now that she has magic.
Yep.
Did you get her your fire?
I have not got her magic yet.
Okay.
Because I have Robo's magic and I have.
Well, remember Robo doesn't have magic.
Yeah. Well,
but it's like dark.
Yeah. It's like a different kind of magic.
I like that he spins around when he does everything.
I do too.
And I love his cure beam. I love it. He's like, especially
I
like
love that mob scene.
oh my god, dude, that's kind of like dramatic. Like they're
Yeah, because
they
I'm
kinda-
like, oh,
all
what
these.
is that?
So
happening?
basically, when you
I
find
had
him,
to check what the game was rated because I was like, oh, okay.
yeah, so you basically go down into like this place where all these robots are stored, and they see Robo like helping you, and a bunch of his old like his kind, basically other robots, like jump him and attack him.
It's like iRobot all over again.
Then you have to fight them all, so you're like, all right, time for AOE's. Then you
like,
start
where's
ripping through.
Will Smith?
Exactly, yeah. I was like, oh no, they jumped him. They're just all. And sometimes I see things in this game still. Like I saw an enemy today pick up another enemy and throw them.
Yeah,
I was like, what?
I still
like,
don't understand like how revolutionary this game was. Like,
yeah,
having everything just be open
yeah.
and not in a cutscene or like a loading screen.
I think the only thing that really the biggest problem for me right now is that I'm so used to being handheld that it's so hard to figure out where to go next. I wish there was just like a journal or like in Dragon Quest when you can talk to your party and be like, hey, we should probably go to the Cursed Woods to go find Frog or whatever. It's like,
yeah, because sometimes
okay,
you're like,
that'd be good to know.
I'm supposed to be in like 600 AD or where am I supposed to be?
Yeah, that's the hard part too, because they're like, go to like the Millennial Fair, and I'm like,
Which
when?
one?
Yeah, I'm like, when does it exist? And like, they're like, oh, you can go fight this boss now, but you don't have to if you want to do it another time. I'm like, okay, that's crazy. Yeah, it's still really cool. I'm trying to think what else. Oh, last thing, did you do the jet bike thing?
Yes.
Jet bike.
I won. Yep. Because I just got in front of him
Gotta
and I
get
saw
ready.
he just kept bouncing off. So.
Yep. I was like, what is this? Oh, we're doing like it's like F-Zero. I was like,
Yeah.
this game covers so much.
And it's,
Oh my gosh.
I mean, that's all started from Final Fantasy too, like the mini games and stuff.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, but I still thought I was like, why? Wow, that's.
Does this come out
crazy.
before 9 or after 9?
Oh, so I think it came out way before 9.
Oh, it had to have.
Yeah, because if I would guess. I don't. We could probably fact check that too, but I
just always think of like the mini games.
9 was the last one on PlayStation.
Yep. Okay.
So that was
it
like
before.
Yeah, it was right before we moved over.
Because this was originally released for the NES
or SNES.
SNES?
One of the two.
Fact check.
Yeah, we're so good at this game.
Comment below.
Yeah, let us know about how
if
wrong
you could
we
figure
are.
out where it originated from, there's like 80 million copies.
That would be exactly for sure. We could use it. So you still jigging it?
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's just something refreshing every time you start that game. It's like, it's classic. You know,
Yeah.
it's like a classic Final Fantasy, but for me, I like it because it's better than the random encounters.
Yeah,
Like,
I like that too.
It's like I'm not getting stopped every second. Like I know if I'm gonna get stopped because I can see it.
Yep, the open world you just get to like it's just for saving on and kind of traversing. You don't have to fight everything all the time, and you can kind of avoid fights too.
Yeah,
which is really nice.
You just run around them.
If you're like,
if you like stay at the bottom of the screen where you're not supposed to be, and
yeah,
just,
exactly.
Like, run underneath the snakes.
Yeah. I think, I don't know if they've updated some of the dialogue, but some of the dialogue is really funny, even from the enemies.
Yeah.
Like, I had one guy today, I went and talked to him, and he was like, don't quiet, you're gonna ruin my ambush. And I, like, went down this, like, ladder, and then he attacked me with another guy, and I was like, what the heck? Like,
yeah.
I was like, oh, that's really funny. Yeah, and I also bothered a guy who looks like Seppuku or whatever on the top of the mountain. I kept talking to him, and he finally gave me a magic capsule. He's like, you're not gonna leave me alone, are you? Here's a magic capsule. I just kept talking to him, like, hey,
oh, wow.
hey. And he's like, fine, you freaking take this away from me. I was like, whoa, that's really cool. I didn't think an NPC would do that.
I found one accidentally before, like when I left a warp portal, and I just found one like by clicking A.
Oh, you found it on the ground or something?
Yeah, here's a magic
cool.
capsule, and I was like, oh, okay.
Memorizing where those portals are is key. Because like one is like in a wardrobe.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, I gotta remember that.
And I also got stuck. I mean, going back in the beginning, it was like you had to jump into a pool. How the heck would you know that you had to jump into that pool?
Oh, sure.
Like,
which one is that? I'm trying to remember this one.
That's like right after you get out of the. I think that's like right in the cave.
Okay.
It's in the. I can't remember the name of that creature, but it's in his cave, and you have to like
Rockham, Rockhon, or whatever that name is.
Yep.
The blue guy.
Yep. And you have to jump into his pool, and it's like, how would you know that?
I don't know. I don't know how I figured it out either.
Yeah.
It's just weird. It's just weird. It's old school game design, which is fine, but I'm surprised that Chrono, like they make Chrono Cross and stuff, but still, this game it's really cool. It kind of reminds me a little bit of like how I feel about Legend of Dragoon.
I'm surprised it didn't really become more of like a. I mean, it's a cult classic now, but I'm surprised it didn't get more widespread acclaim and become bigger.
Sure.
Because like if it had taken off like Dragon Quest and Final Fantasy,
sure.
I wonder what we'd be seeing on like current gen consoles.
Sure. Oh, dude, totally. I think that's because Chrono Cross. I don't think people loved it as much, like the sequel. But I don't know. We haven't played it. So like, I know people out there are probably like, no, it's beloved. It's not just a cult classic.
And that's
but like,
in 3D.
For us, it's like comparatively to like a Final Fantasy or Dragon Quest. It's like it's not to that level. But it's cool to see that Akira Toriyama art style. Like I love it. It's like
3D or no?
I don't think so. I don't know.
It's still like old
I
school
think it's
2D.
old school.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if Chrono and like it's like Chrono and Secret of Mana have been like those two like kind of.
I gotta play Secret of Mana.
Yeah, maybe we
next show.
Next show. Please like and subscribe. If you want to see
Tim
that.
really likes Secret of Mana.
Yeah, I've heard, and then they did like a remake of it recently that people were kind of on the fence and not super happy about.
And like, I want to try
Sucks.
that game, and I want to try Suikoden. Like, just go back and like
Dude,
revisit some. games I
Suikoden is
never-
like insane. There's
Yeah.
it's like like 80 people in your party or whatever. No, it's like it's crazy. Like there's so many people living in your castle. It's like but yeah. So we're still gonna keep playing it.
Oh, of course.
I'm trying to think. Did I write anything else down? I think that's pretty much everything. Yeah, but yeah, that's basically it. I hope you guys enjoyed this next installment of Conquering Chrono. We'll be back whenever we get to the next. We're trying to play this in like maybe within like 4 or 5 episodes of this show, so we're kind of doing like 6 chapters or so at a time. So if you're following along with us, we're getting to the part of the rare red rock.
Yep.
And now we're going back to the dinosaurs, because why not go to the future with robots, go to the past with dinosaurs? They're hitting everything. I really love it. Well, Levi, thank you for being on.
Yeah, thanks.
I appreciate it. If you guys want to support the show, consider liking this video, subscribing to us if you've been here for a while, or you can buy maybe some merch on Spreadshirt. You can get this cool It's All Citrus t-shirt, or check us out on Patreon, or come to our Twitch streams, because we're streaming. It's fun. You can just hang out with us, and that's free. But yes, either way, thank you so much. We love you all, and just remember to adapt and overcome.